Welcome to the Lion City, Singapore. For a population of 5.64 million, where the sights are stunning, the food is divine and the culture is rich. In this video, we're taking you on a journey through Singapore's vibrant streets, iconic landmarks and hidden gems. Get ready to feast your eyes on the glittering cityscape, indulge in mouth-watering local cuisine and immerse yourself in the dynamic blend of East and West. From the bustling markets to the tranquil gardens, we've got it all covered, so sit back, relax and join us as we explore the magic of Singapore. What's up guys, welcome back to another video here in the beautiful country of Singapore, and in this video specifically we are going to be bringing you the best things and places to see and do whilst you visit Singapore. And guys, if you are new here to the channel, my name's Yad and I'm from the UK, London specifically, and this is Dace, my wife.
Hi guys, and I'm from Latvia. We've been traveling with Yad for 10 years and Singapore is actually our country number 50. So it's been very iconic trip and a lot of exciting places that we've explored.
So exciting. Can't wait to bring you on that adventure with us in this video.
Singapore is truly an interesting place. It's very small but yet so impactful. They've really managed to come a long way in the short space of time that they've been independent. It's a very well organized country. It's highly developed. Infrastructure is fantastic and it is super clean. And you know, very luxurious by most parts, right? And
super expensive. That's one thing I have to say. Like, honestly, one of the most expensive places I've been to in the world. And we lived in Dubai, London.
We've been to LA, Miami, Vegas, but we still felt Singapore was really through the roof. So if you guys are coming to Singapore, make sure you save a lot of money.
Yeah, I'll come for one day only. Only joking. But just plan it effectively. Otherwise, you can easily leave this place, you know, with
spending
nothing.
a small fortune.
Yeah, literally. But hopefully in this video we can give you guys a little bit of a guide in terms of how to spend your money, where to spend your money best, and just so you can save you a few dollars here and there. So let's jump straight into the video now guys, with the first thing that we highly recommend doing. But one thing I just want to mention to you guys, that everything that I talk about in this video is in no particular order. So I've not actually rated it or anything, but I've just picked out some of our favorite things that we did and I've just put them from 1 to, I believe there's about 9 or 10 things here. So first things first, number 1 is Observatory deck on Marina Bay Sands, and I think we loved it. It's a great view when you get to the top.
Absolutely. I think, you know, your first stop should be Marina Bay area anyway. So what we did first, we just kind of explored the area in terms of the Marina Bay Avenue, the shopping mall, the hotel, etc. And then we went all the way up to the observatory deck. You have to do it because it's one of the most expensive hotels in the world. It generates 1% of country's GDP and you just want to be there. And you also, you know, being on the top, you see the whole city, 360 view. And to make your life easier, you can just pre-book your tickets with GetYourGuide. And that means you don't have to queue up or wait around. You just go straight through, you get your ticket scanned, and you can spend on the deck as much time as you want.
Guys, if you do want to book that experience with GetYourGuide, I've put it in the description box below, where you'll be able to go directly with the link that I've put in there and you can book it for yourself. Also, if you want to watch that video specifically, which is in our first impressions video here in Singapore, just click the card just up there and you'll be able to be directed straight to that video. So next on the list, guys, is the famous Gardens by the Bay.
Oh, it's a stunning spot, guys. Really beautiful. And the good thing is it's only a few minutes walk away from the observatory at the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. So when you enter the garden, there is a lot of walkways and bridges that you can explore free of charge anyway. Just some waterfalls and beautiful trees and plants, right?
Yep.
But what we actually purchased the tickets for was the place called Flora of Fantasy. And it's like an indoor fairy tale, if I may call it.
It's so nice, yeah. And after spending hours walking around MBS, Marina Bay Sands area, and especially on a hot day, when you walk inside there and it's just super cool with AC and all the fresh flowers, and you could easily spend like a couple of hours in there just literally relaxing. And also, if you're into your Instagram photos, very Instagrammable, you can get Instagram photos like this and you'll be able to kind of enjoy a full couple of hours in there. So definitely add that to your list, guys. And again, if you also wanted to book that experience, we use GetYourGuide, and all their details are down below on how to actually book them. All you have to do is click the link in the description box below and it will take you directly to the booking area. And also, if you want to watch that video specifically, just to get a better idea of what exactly it's like in there and if you should visit as well, just click that card up there. It will take you directly to the video itself.
It's one of the most beautiful gardens I've personally been to, just because of all the intricate and detailed work that goes into it to tell the story and to be able to sit down in places and enjoy everything that's around you. If you are a flower lover, it's the perfect spot for you.
So next on the list, guys, is the Artscience Museum.
Wow, guys, this is I'm pretty sure if you watched our vlogs, you would have seen us having filmed the building in itself. Is worth a visit. It's this futuristic architecture that is just so fascinating. And we went into the Artscience Museum inside as well. We purchased the tickets to see the
art installation,
the digital installation, and it's literally where art meets science. You get to interact with a lot of different activities there. For example, you draw things and then it gets scanned and you can see it swimming on the screens. You can climb all sorts of different structures. I think we saw even people sliding down different slides.
Doesn't matter what age you are. We saw a older looking guy literally just sliding down, enjoying himself. So it's perfect for all ages, all age groups, family, friends.
Lots for kids to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fantastic place to go out.
And I think our favorite exhibition was the LED lighting room.
Yeah.
You just walk through a forest of LED lights that has different shows each few minutes.
Yes, it's perfect for your Instagram, like reels or pictures. If you want to go there and do something fancy, it's definitely worth it. I loved it for myself. And here's some pictures as well that we took inside.
And we also did a vlog on it, guys. So if you want to have an idea of what it entails and what it looks like, again, you can go ahead and take a look, and also
just click that card up there.
Yeah, and get your tickets booked through GetYourGuide. We say this because Singapore is super busy, and if you're only there for 3 to 5 days, and if you don't pre-book your stuff, right, you can end up either not getting in or just queuing, and all of this stuff takes away from your experience. Whereas if you organize yourself and get it all pre-booked, you can easily do all these 3 things we've just mentioned in one day, because it's all around the same area. And if you organize yourself well, you can literally enjoy all of these things easily in the same day.
And how easy is it to actually use GetYourGuide, right, with the app? You basically got an application which they send you your tickets right to your phone. So some companies, what I've seen is they send you kind of printouts to your email, and then you have to print the ticket, and then you have to, it's just a bit of a headache. But what I love of the GetYourGuide company is literally you download the application and it's just super easy. It's just literally installed on there, so you can just swipe through on your phone which activities you're doing on the day, and then you just show your barcode literally to the agent that's at the door. And you can also skip queues because you use GetYourGuide. So when it's a busy hot day in Singapore, trust me, the last thing you want to do is be queuing to buy your tickets.
Yeah, and another fantastic thing is that you can communicate to GetYourGuide through the app 24/7. We actually needed their help in organizing our collection point for another activity. And sometimes it can be very difficult if you need to do it all by yourself, whereas I was just able to quickly message them and they sorted out our collection point for another tour, and things like that. It's really good and very convenient when you travel intensively.
And also, as we know, when you're traveling, a lot of things can happen, and let's be honest, things do happen, right? It's just inevitable. So with GetYourGuide as well, you can actually cancel the experience up to 24 hours in advance. Yep, so 24 hours you've got, and it's very rare actually that you have companies that allow such a long period of time. Usually it's much shorter than that.
Some don't even allow you to cancel, like it's non-refundable and non-cancelable, which in this time and age is not
Let's be
great.
honest, things do happen, you can get food poisoning, or your plans can change, delayed flight, anything can happen whilst you're traveling. So to have that option is great.
Yeah.
So guys, again, if you want to watch that video, get more information about it, just click on that box over there. It'll take you directly to the video. Next on the list is the famous Chinatown tour, as well as the Trishaw tour, over in the Chinatown area.
Yeah, guys, this was actually my favorite activity that we did in Singapore. Even though we were a little bit unlucky.
A little bit, very
unlucky because it rained.
Yeah.
But it was just a fantastic concept. So what's included in this tour is you start your evening by enjoying Chinese, well, specifically Cantonese cuisine in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you get to meet other people.
Food was delicious.
Yeah. And you get to meet other travelers. So we were with a German couple. Had lots of fun and enjoyed lots of different Chinese foods.
Yep, a few spicy foods as well, which was quite interesting. Almost blew my head off. It's just small red pepper, so beware of that, guys. It can be quite hot. And then once we finished from the restaurant, we actually did a Trishaw ride, which was actually so fun. Even though when we did it, it was torrential rain, like I'm talking tsunami style. Was it tsunami? Or maybe not. Maybe not that bad. Maybe not a tsunami, but
it was like a monsoon research,
yeah,
and it's not very usual. But you know, in Singapore, things go ahead whether it rains or shines.
Yeah, the party must go on.
The party must go on, and we were protected and sheltered, so it wasn't really a big deal. But it was really enjoyable experience because you got to see the city at night, and we were driven from Bugis Street all the way through to Little India. So not only you get to see Chinatown, but also Little India, right?
Yeah. And as soon as you get into Little India, you can smell all the spices and everything. Even though it's raining, somehow we still managed to kind of get that experience. And sometimes I think when you're traveling, it's not like when you live in a country and it rains and you just don't do it. Sometimes that rain gives it that extra edge, and I think a little bit more fun and excitement, even though it can be a bit wet. And guys, it's highly unlikely that this is going to happen when you guys are going to probably look to do this tour, because our tour guide actually said that this is the first time he's ever done this tour where he's had this torrential rain. So how often does it rain when you do your tours?
This is very, very rare, you know. This is even it's my first time, you know, having such a problem.
Yeah.
So for so many year experience, this is a horrible.
Yeah.
But it's a different experience.
Yeah, exactly. Once we finished from doing the Trishaw ride, we ended up going to do a Marina boat ride in the rain as well. Quite very
But the
fun.
boat is sheltered again, so it doesn't really affect you much.
Yeah, it wasn't too. I mean, we didn't even get wet in the whole boat tour, but basically it goes all the way to MBS. You get to see Marina Bay Sands, Central Business District, and just the kind of whole Marina Bay Sands area, which is really nice. You get to see all the clubs, the shops, the bars that are usually open around the night time.
And MBS area looks best at night because of all the lights and all the life around, all the bars open and people singing, and it's you know, quite a vibrant experience.
And why I highly recommend, guys, you should actually book this tour with Get Your Guide is because if you're lucky enough, you will probably have our tour guide, and his name is Paul. Such a character.
Hi, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, if you're watching, we miss you. You're an absolute legend. So guys, hopefully you get to have Paul as your guide as well, because when you book with Get Your Guide, everything is going to be managed for you in terms of the collection point, going from one place to another. You get picked up in this like mini bus, which is super nice, got like neon lights inside, so quite funky overall. So the whole experience is a really good experience.
And you get a lot of information from the guide about the culture, history.
Oh yeah, he taught me something quite interesting actually about Chinese people. He said, so I asked him something funny. I said, Paul, why is it that Chinese people literally eat everything? And then he laughed. He's like, we don't eat everything. I was like, well, you kind of do.
Chinese have a saying, anything, all right, with the back facing the sun.
Oh, wow. And he goes, well, basically, we have a saying in China that if the animal's back faces the sun, then we can eat it.
If anything that faces the back of the sun, yeah.
Well, except, anything, animals, basically, yeah. And he says if the chest faces the sun,
then you don't eat it. So basically, humans is the only creature that they wouldn't eat.
Yeah, interesting. So, I mean, look, you learn something new every day. I mean, that I was actually just very, very intrigued to hear that, you know. Quite interesting. So again, guys, if you want to book that experience, the details are in the description box below. You can just click away and book it for yourself. Also, if you wanted to watch that vlog, just click the card just up there and it will take you to that video so you can watch the full experience for yourself. So next on the list, guys, is the famous Merlion in MBS, the Marina Bay Sands area. It's a great place just to go, and once you finish from actual Marina Bay Sands side where the shopping mall and things are, you just hop on the Helix Bridge, which again is a great place to get some cool Instagram photos and just kind of enjoy a nice view of the whole MBS area, as well as just go and have like a nice Starbucks, refreshments, and just something a little bit different.
It's quite a lively area. You'll see a lot of people doing all sorts of weird things there. There's TikTok dancers filming themselves.
Yeah,
there's school kids performing. You know, there is, it's very lively and vibrant and full of coffee shops as well to enjoy some nice coffee.
Yeah, we had a Starbucks over there, which was reasonably priced.
Yeah, because to be honest, this was another thing around that area. I think coffee was around $10-12, which, you know, is an insane amount of money for where we come from.
Yeah.
And we are from London, so it just seemed like it was really, really overpriced. So we ended up to going to Starbucks.
So guys, if you want to watch a little bit more about that as well, just click on the card just up there. It will take you to that video. Next on the list, guys, if you want to do a little bit of shopping, is the Marina Bay Sands shopping mall. One thing I love about this shopping mall specifically is literally how relaxed and chilled it was, because usually when you go shopping, the last thing you want is for it to be like super packed and busy. I felt like it was just very laid back, chilled. It had loads of coffee shops, and it also had like its own little Venice in the middle of the mall on like the lower ground floor, which is super nice. So if you guys want to do a bit of shopping, grab some lunch or even some dinner, and then even a little Venice boat cruise within the mall, you can do that as well. But it's linked to the whole Marina Bay Sands area, so whilst you're there, you can pop in, check it out, and see if it's for you if you want to do some shopping.
And there's quite a few nice restaurants to enjoy as well, like
Gordon Ramsay,
Black Tap Burger, you know, quite little trendy spots to have a nice meal at whilst watching the Venice.
Little Venice.
Little Venice with people going in their little gondolas. So yeah, it's pretty nice.
Next on the list, guys, is the famous Haji Lane in Singapore.
I think this was one of our favorite areas there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When we fell in love with it as soon as we walked on the street. It's basically like a very hip, trendy indie neighborhood full of street art, little boutique stores, lots of indie restaurants to grab a bite at, and it's just so colorful and vibrant.
And even though it was a little bit raining while we were there, it did not stop us. We still managed to enjoy it. The rain stopped eventually, kind of, but then we took some nice kind of Instagram photos and had a little bit of a walk around there. But yeah, if it's a sunny day whilst you're there, guys, you can easily spend I would recommend actually going late afternoon towards the evening, because our hotel actually said to us they actually recommended to go in the evening because that's when all the bars and restaurants open. Apparently the whole area just pops off at night
and gets really lively. And then, you know, if you do come in the day, there is a few other areas around the Haji Lane that you can take a look at. To the left there is Bali Lane.
Yep.
So there's some spas and hair salons and things like that. And then to the right you've got the Arab Street. We didn't have the chance to explore Arab Street, but it looked nice and it looked like full of different Arabic restaurants.
And next on the list, Little India. If you love your Indian food and culture, you'll honestly love Little India. We've been to a few Little India over in Malaysia. We loved it there, and it was very vibrant and colourful, full of restaurants, and it's not any different in Singapore. The only difference is it's actually just a little bit more modern, a little bit more clean.
And like 10 times more expensive.
Yeah, oh my God. Literally.
We had curry in Little India, Malaysia for like $5. And
less even, I think.
I think less, maybe like, you know, proper curry, not a naan bread and some different condiments. And then we paid for 2 butter chicken and a naan bread in Little India, Singapore. 70 Singaporean dollars, so
which is about $50 US.
50 pounds actually, so more in dollars. So this insanity for us was like
it was
quite
just
overwhelming, but it's what it is. People earn there enough to be able to afford it, I guess, or by most part. majority of people.
Yeah, I mean, let me know, guys, if you're Singaporean and you're watching this video, is that kind of like the norm to you guys to be spending that on like a curry dish, or do you guys actually have specific areas that you go to? Because I know there's kind of the hawker centers and things like that, but unfortunately we didn't manage to hit up any of the hawker centers, because while we were in Singapore for the amount of days that we were, it was just torrential rain nearly every single day. We only got like small moments when the weather was nice, so we didn't manage to actually get into the hawker centers to explore some of the market type of food. So let me know, guys, if you guys go there to eat, or do you come to Little India? I'm quite intrigued to know.
Well, most of people said they do tend to eat in hawker centers because it is much cheaper. So I'm guessing that's probably where most people end up eating. But when you are like us, exploring, you want to go to different areas like your Haji Lane, like your Little India, and you want to get stuck in with all these different foods and cultures. So that means you've got to pay up.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the type of traveler you are. If you don't mind spending the money, then that's fine. But if you want to be a little bit more on a budget side of things, then hawker centers are going to probably be your thing. So last on the list, guys, and this one specifically is one of my favorites, and it was actually sorted out for us via our hotel, which was Concorde Hotel that we stayed in. And it's actually a package that you can get when you stay with the hotel specifically. You can basically schedule a day where you go out with either a guide or on your own with your friends or a couple or whoever you're with. And you get to spend 3 hours on Brompton bikes, where they take you to all these cool back streets, a street called Armenian Street outside the National Gallery of Singapore, across the river. You get to take photos, you get to take videos, enjoy like a really, really nice day out of Brompton biking, literally around most of the hot spots in Singapore. And when we did it, we were very, very lucky. It was the only day that we had the morning super clear and sunny. And as you can see here with all the kind of videos I'm showing over my voiceover, you can see it was just such a lovely day and a great fun adventure. But again, let me just mention, guys, this is only available if you stay at Concorde Hotel.
And also, guys, just to touch base on some of the logistics around Singapore, such as the best areas to stay at. I think any area you choose to stay at is fine, only because Singapore is very small and compact, and their transportation is fantastic. You know, their metros and buses and everything is so efficient and cost effective, so you won't have a problem to commute. However, if you are like us, who spend there only 5 days, we wanted to be in a prime location, which is Orchard Road, because it's very central and it's got a lot of shops around and nice coffee shops and things like that. So we stayed at Concorde Hotel, which we highly recommend, and we stayed in Orchard Road, which meant it was so easy for us to commute. Our bus stop was literally just outside the hotel, so we could hop in and within 8 minutes be in MBS area, within 10 minutes in Haji Lane. It was just a fantastic location to stay at.
Yeah, and usually, guys, I'm not a fan of public transport just because it's always busy and always late, or just you know, not convenient usually, right? And usually in Asia, you just book a Grab because it's quite cheap, but it's not in Singapore. It's literally European prices, you know, more towards London type of prices, not even more.
The taxis were quite pricey.
Yeah.
I mean, still doable. So one journey probably around, for a 10-minute journey, probably around like $12-15. Yeah. But when you have such a good transportation system, you can jump on the bus and just tap your card and literally pay like $1.20 or $1.30 for a journey. It's so easy, and so that's what we ended up doing. And we hadn't used public transport in years, so it was actually quite fun.
Yeah, it was fun, clean, got AC. And one more thing I want to touch on as well, guys, is the safety of Singapore. Singapore was actually voted one of the most safest countries in the world. I think Qatar was voted #1 recently, but Singapore is way up there. You can walk around and you can really feel like it's a safe city. Like a lot of the places we were walking around, there was hardly any security anywhere, which typically is a sign that the country is quite trustworthy and not many bad things happen.
You still need to be vigilant, right? And keep an eye on things. But I completely agree. That general feel was that, I didn't feel like I had to look over my shoulder every 5 seconds, unlike some other places we've been to. So it's definitely a great factor.
Exactly. And guys, if you've got any questions or anything you feel like we've not covered in this video, just leave it in the description box below, or you can just send us an Instagram message, which here's our Instagram profiles. This is Dace's and this is mine. Feel free just to send us a DM, but ideally it's better if you just leave it in the description box below, because we answer nearly every single one. Sometimes on Instagram they can go missing. However, you can follow us on IG to see kind of the behind the scenes of what goes on our travels as well. So guys, thank you again for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed our Singapore series. If this is the first video you've seen of ours in Singapore, then make sure you check out the playlist of all the Singapore videos, which is just up there, and you don't want to miss that because it was a fantastic 5-6 video series here. We had a great time.
We really enjoyed it.
Besides all the crazy weather, everything else, like I can't wait to come back to Singapore because it is a great place, beautiful city, and one you'll definitely enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next adventure somewhere around the world.
Thank you guys, and bye. Mwah.